can always pop your hand up, but we will have time for questions later. So if everybody's happy for me to record. Oh, yep, Sarah's done it. Good job. Just click that. So I'm Kim. I am the Primary Care and Schools Lead for the Western Vic PHN. And I'm going to go around the West Vic people and get them to introduce their roles in West Vic, and then we'll cross over to Tina and Andrew from Healthily. So Sarah Hull, you get to start.
Hi everyone, nice to see you. Thank you for coming today and taking time out from your busy days to come and see this. We're really excited about it. I'm Sarah Hull and I do the administration for Docs in Schools, all things data, training, invoicing, anything like that you can ask me about as I look after the DIS inbox.
Yep. Sarah Crow.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me here. I'm Sarah Crow, I'm the Digital Health Manager at Westvic PHN, so supporting all things digital health, and I'll pass on to Will.
Thanks, Sarah. Will Garner, I'm the Digital Health Officer here at Westvic PHN. So the Goshare project, that sits within the digital health team here at Westvic PHN, so myself and Sarah Crow. So we are able to provide any support or any further education on Goshare if you guys require that. So if beyond this session, if you do require that, have a few guys to reach out and we'll assist you. So our email is digitalhealth@westvicphn.com.au. But if you struggle to find that, you can go to our website and find it there. So I'll hand over to Tina now. Thanks, Tina.
Thanks, Will. Hi, everybody. It's Tina Campbell here, and I'm the Managing Director and co-founder of Healthily, and Goshare is our main platform. It's the main thing that we do, and I have to say we're really, really excited to be here talking to you about the Doctors in Schools program and the use of Goshare to support your young patients with information. Over to Andrew.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Andrew Moore. I'm a key account manager with Healthily. I'm based in Sydney, very much involved with primary health network strategies for patient and practice support. Really looking forward to this session. I think there's a lot that just to learn just by participating today. So nice to be here.
Excellent. So we're going to get Tina to show us a bit about how Goshare runs and how to put some bundles together. We have also organised some bundles specifically for the DIS program, which will, I guess, sit at the top. So they're around sexual health and mental health. So, yep, I'll let Tina take it away. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Kim. I'm just going to share my screen and hopefully share the right screen. 2 seconds. Are we all seeing Goshare?
Yes.
Fantastic. Yep. Thank you. So maybe the starting point is to let you know that to access Goshare...
No, and sorry, Tina, actually, we're just seeing you, TC, not actually seeing Goshare.
Not seeing Goshare? Okay. Right. Oh, sharing is paused. You need to go back to the window. Sorry.
That's right.
I'll just go back. Don't know why sharing is paused. Let me just try to share again. And how's that?
Yes.
Fantastic. All good. Okay. So I'm not quite sure how familiar you are with using Goshare, but so I might just start from the beginning and you know, so how do you access Goshare? You go to goshare.com.au and you enter your email address that you would have registered with and the password that you created at the time, and that will give you access to your practice's version of the Goshare platform. And what we'll do for the Doctors in Schools program is for each of your practices, we can actually move the young people topics. These are topics on the homepage of Goshare. We were thinking that we'll lift those to the top and feature them for the Doctors in Schools practices. But I want to start, I think, by sort of exploring, I might run through quickly some of the content that's available, and then I'd like to show you how easy it is to share content bundles with your patients or the students when they've been pre-packaged. And then the last thing I'd like to do is show you how to create a content bundle. So there'll be 3 different aspects to this presentation. So I'm going to jump into young people, health and wellbeing as a starting point. And the content presents under 3 or 4 different content types. But I wanted to just show you the variety of resources that are available. You saw that there are a number of topics there: young people, health and wellbeing, young people and mental health, young people and I think it was alcohol and other drugs. We have worked with Western Sydney Primary Health Network, well, actually the local health district, who helped us curate resources for young people on the Goshare platform. So we've been very lucky to have their input into the identification and uploading of appropriate resources to Goshare for young people. And I think as I scroll through, you'll possibly see resources that you might have used before with your young patients in schools. But as you can see, there's a lot of resources from Headspace, from Jean Hales. As I scroll down, some of them may not be relevant on a regular basis, but you know that they are there for you to access and send to your patients as required. And you'll see as I scroll down, there's resources relevant for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, and in fact, as you can see here, there's resources in other languages as well. So I think today's focus really is a very high level, we'll have a quick overview of the content, see the variety of the content. I'll show you how to send resources, because we really want to support you to get comfortable with using Goshare and sending content to your patients, but also to show you how simple it is to create a bundle with Goshare. Because Goshare is all about bringing resources together. It could be a fact sheet, it could be a video, it could be a link to a website, and then sharing that as a bundle with your patients. So that might be enough scrolling for now. What I'll do is go into the mental health content as well. So again, just to give you a snapshot of what's there, you can see there's a topic, asthma in young people and type 1 diabetes in young people. But these 4 topics here are the ones that I mentioned were curated by Western Sydney LHD, which was really helpful. I'll go into the mental health area. You can see that there's patient stories in this case that were developed with Sane Australia and Origin. There's videos. These are 15 animations. The animations are consistent across all topics and may not be quite so relevant, but there are, for example, animations on medication adherence and healthy weight management and various things. But it's really, I think, more the information sheets area. You can see there's 156 here for mental health. And as I scroll through, again, you'll get a feel for the organisations that have given us permission to host their resources on Goshare. So again, Headspace, Panda, and I'm just scrolling fairly quickly, so hopefully you can get a bit of an idea of what's there. Black Dog, Beyond Blue, and of course Origin and Headspace. So, and Sane Australia is just snuck in the bottom there. All right, well look, I'll jump straight into the process of sending a content bundle to one of your patients. So when you log in, you'll be on this interface here on the home page, and pre-packaged bundles are in this star area here. So if I click the star, we can actually go to where there will be bundles created for this project, and you might yourself like to create your own content bundles. And if you do, you might be comfortable for those to be used by the other practices actually supporting young people in schools as a part of the DIS program. So you can see here I've actually created what is anxiety and getting a Medicare card, just as an example of the diversity of the resources that are available. And as one of the aspects of creating a bundle is that you can give it a category, and in this case I've given the 2 bundles DISS. It doesn't, it loses the capitalisation, but we can see that that's got a DIS as a category. So what that means is that if I've got a long list of content bundles here in my favourites area, I can go to the categories and search for DIS, and then that just presents the relevant bundles that have been prepackaged for the DIS program. The other thing you can do, this is all about making it really efficient and easy for you to find content bundles. You can actually search them, for a keyword. So I can type in, let's say, anxiety, and any content bundles with the word anxiety in them will be filtered. So it makes it, as I said, very easy to access. So once you've found the bundle that you would like to share with your patient, when you click on it, you get a representation here of what's in it. So we have, if I click on these, you're able to actually check the content that's in the bundle and make sure you're happy with it. So we have the What's Anxiety fact sheet from Headspace. And you can actually print this out from this view if that's your preference as well, if that's the preference of your patient. And the other thing we've included on Goshare is a link to the Headspace website. And, that's really a great way to put access to more information right at the fingertips of your patient. So this bundle will include the fact sheet and the link to Headspace. So the next thing is, how do you send it? You just click Send Bundle. And if you haven't sent your patient anything before via Goshare, you click Add New. And could I ask if anyone would like me to send this to them? If you want to come off mute and give me your first name and mobile number, I'd be very happy to send this to you. What I'm going to do...
You can send it to me if you like,
okay.
Tina. So,
Thanks.
Kim. Hutton. Yep.
And your mobile number?
0418.
Yeah.
520 625.
625. So it's as simple as that. It's first name. You can put a dash in the last name if you like. You can put a unique identifier in the UID field if you like as well, and then email address or mobile number. And I'm guessing that in most cases you'd be using a mobile for your patients. I'm going to send it to myself as well. I'll just see if I'm already in the system. So if you've sent something to a person before, I'm just going to find the one that's got, yeah, I'm going to just send it to my email address. There we go, Tina at Gmail. Is there anyone else on the line who'd like to receive it? Feel free to just come off mute and let me know. But for now, what I'll do is just shoot this off. So you can select or deselect, email, and leave the SMS message here. And there's a checkbox here that just confirms that you have asked your patient if they would like to receive the information, that they have consented to receive the information. So just click send. And off it goes. So you get a notification that was, in fact, I deselected email, so I'm going to send that to myself again. And I'll send it to my email address.
I've got it through now,
Fantastic.
Tina, now that I turned my airplane mode off. Graham also said you could send it to him too. He's just put it in the chat.
Okay,
Tina.
thanks, Graham. I might get someone to read it out to me just because I can't see the chat. Is it G-R-H-A-A-M?
So
G-R-A-E-M, O-E on the end, and Kelly, K-E-L-L-Y.
Thanks, Graham.
And phone number 0487 99 1854.
0487 991854. Okay. And as I hover over that, I can double check the email or mobile number. I've got an email. Yeah, actually, I'm going to get rid of that because that's wrong. And so there we are. I'll just send that off to you, Graham. In fact, I had a terrible
don't
habit.
forget to put Click's SMS message.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, those are ready to go. I've checked that the patient's consented and I'll send that off. So you can see it's a really quick process. Once you've found the bundle, click send bundle. And now that Graham's been sent information from Goshare, you can see that his details are still there and I can just send it. So, you know, once you've actually sent information to one of your students, it'll be very quick second time round and beyond. Has that come through to you, Graham? Okay.
Yes, it has.
Thank you. I'm just going to show you what it looks like via email for those who haven't received a message, an SMS message. So as you can see, the logo at the top here is swapped out for your logo, for your practice branding. And the message at the top here is customised for the bundle itself. And you can see we have an info sheets heading, what is anxiety. This is a unique URL that never expires, so your patient can come back to this again in the future. So we have the what is anxiety fact sheet and we have the Headspace website. So the young person can come back to this in the future whenever they like. And they can view it at a time that suits them. So just
also,
back.
Sorry, I was just going to say also to note when it comes through as text message, came through as that little wording that you had there. So your doctor, this was at Goshare demo branch, has shared a link. And then when they click on the link, it looked very similar to what you got in the email.
Thanks, Kim. Just a little bit of detail I think it's worth covering at this point. Not only do we have a category associated with this particular bundle, but we've also added tailored copy to the bundle about anxiety. And there's a few areas here, a few menu options that enables you to do a number of things. One is set the bundle category, and the other is to edit the bundle copy. So if you do happen to create a bundle on a particular topic and you want to preset the copy that's at the top of the landing page or in the SMS message, you can do all of that here. But that's something we can go through in a bit more detail another time. I guess the other thing I'd like to quickly show you, I will show you how to create a bundle in a moment, but just while we're looking at what has been sent, there's a couple of areas that you might find interesting. One is you have visibility as the clinician who has sent information. You have visibility of what you have sent and who you've sent it to. So you can see here, here's my 3 patients. and I can see what I've sent to my patients, and I can actually see that my patient has viewed that content bundle. And you can expand it using the drop down, and we can see what was actually in that particular bundle. And then over time, if what you can do is go to the cog here, and you can look at a dashboard. You can over time see your own personal dashboard, or if you're an administrator of Goshare for your practice, you can have visibility over the bundles sent, bundles open for all users within your practice. So I'm just going to let this resolve for a moment. Doesn't like it when I screen share, so it's likely going to take a moment or two. And there won't be many sends here, but you'll get the idea. Yes, it definitely doesn't like the screen sharing. There we go. There we go. So we can see that my personal login for this demo version has sent 137 bundles. We've seen that 80 have been opened. You start to get a feel for open rates. You can see the responses to the survey. There's a question at the bottom of the landing page. I'll go back to that. That says how helpful was this information. So you can see what the results are there, and you can see the activity by month and by week and by day. And there's other information. You can start to get a feel for how popular, how many times certain bundles have been sent and what the open rates are. I won't go any further, but there's quite a lot of data there that you'll find, I'm sure, really helpful. The final thing to mention, just around functionality before I show you how to create a bundle, is that there's scheduling functionality. So if you wanted to create a content bundle on a number of content bundles, let's say on a particular aspect of health and well-being for a young person, you can create the multiple bundles and then schedule those to be sent to a person over time. So it could be once a week for a number of weeks. That's often done around chronic conditions, for example, like type 2 diabetes and arthritis and various other programs. But if you think about the common health topics for younger people, you could do exactly the same thing, if that made sense. I'm just going to now show you how to create a bundle. And I'll use mental health as the topic. And so I'll create a bundle on, let's say, depression. We've got what is anxiety, but let's just create a bundle that provides information on depression. So you can see there's 156 fact sheets here. I'm going to filter that by searching for depression, and that'll filter it down. And you might actually even know the name of the fact sheet that you want to include in your bundle, in which case you just type that in as well. So as I scroll, you can see there's a lot of resources here for the topic of depression. And I'll just keep scrolling until I find the Headspace fact sheet. Understanding depression. Their resources are fantastic. Headspace are really, really perfect resources for young people. So I've added that to my bundle by clicking this plus. See, add to bundle. So I've added that to my bundle. You can also review it by clicking the hyperlink, So you can actually have a look at it before you add it to a bundle. So if that's the one you'd like to add to your bundle, you do exactly as I showed you, which is clicking the Add to Bundle button. And what that has done is put it into my bundle. I've got one item in my bundle. If you think of it like shopping cart technology, I've got one item in my cart. And so the other thing I'd like to add to my bundle is I know that there's a fact sheet on doctors, what is the support that doctors can give. So again, I'm going to add another fact sheet to my bundle. Getting help from a GP is another fact sheet I'd like to add to this bundle. And then the final thing I'd like to add, if I go across to apps and tools, is the Headspace website. Now you can just put one item in a bundle. You don't have to put multiple items in, but you do have this opportunity to add multiple items in if you would like. Here's the link to Headspace. I'll add that to my bundle. So I've got 3 items in my bundle. And once I've finished selecting the items, and sorry, it is running a little bit slow, I just click the star. And you can see a representation of the 3 items on the right-hand side. I can update this title and I'll call it Depression. And save the bundle. So here's my depression bundle, here's my anxiety bundle. I might like to actually give this a category to add it to the DIS category. So I can go to set bundle category and you can see there's DIS here already set up and save. So that's now got the DIS category added to it. And the other thing you can do is if you have more than one person in your practice potentially using Goshare for doctors in schools, you can actually share this bundle that you've created with the other person in your practice. It just means that you don't necessarily all have to create the individual content bundles. And as I touched on earlier, I think it would be fantastic to look at across practices. If you do start to create bundles, you might like to share those with other practices or share your ideas around what might be helpful. So that can all be done without the need to recreate content bundles. I might just pause there, Kim, and open it up for questions.
Fantastic. Any questions, Graham, Adele, or Tanya? As you can see, it's pretty easy to work through.
Yep. Can you add outside the lists that you've got yourself? Is there, like, you know, with Better Health Channel, etc., can you drag information in?
We have a process where if you tell us what you would like added to Goshare,
yep,
we can easily do that. And you might find like Better Health, we've got quite a lot of Better Health Channel resources on Goshare, but yep, if the resources are not there, we can actually upload those very quickly and have them there for you to use. You've just given me another thought that worth mentioning too, Graham, that let's say you like the What's Anxiety bundle, but you'd like to add something else to it. You can actually do that without needing to recreate the whole bundle. So what you do is go to this menu and you create a copy of the bundle to edit. So that does duplicate the bundle, and then you can add, you know, let's say a Better Health Channel item or something else to it as well. Does that answer your question okay, Graham?
Yep. And how do you share it with other, like, I have one DIS program through Central Vic, but I've got 4 DIS programs through Murray PHN.
Okay.
So how would I share it across, or is that not?
So yeah, that's a really good question. So our team would help you with that. When it's within the organisation, so in this case, Western Victoria PHN is the organisation and all the practices sit underneath. So bundles can be shared across the practices under Western Big PHN.
All right, the overriding, the umbrella,
But having said that, we would just need you to tell us which bundles you would like to share with your practices in Murray, and our team can actually move them across for you. But where you're actually sharing within the PHN itself, again, you go to that menu and you see this permissions link here.
That's what made me think of it.
Yeah, you click that, and then you can either, depending on the GoShare permissions that you're set up with, you probably would have the ability to share with specific branches. But be shared right across the organisation or with specific branches.
So Graham, I think we have set you up to be able to share, because I know your GP at St Arnaud works across a couple of different DISs, so he'd be able to use them at the other DIS programs as well that he works at, and you should be able to share from your side of things. So
does it only function, because I'm looking at it at the moment, it's got warning the SMS credit balance is at 0. Does it only start to function appropriately when there's credits in the SMS bank?
Thanks for mentioning that. So we will allocate credits to your
account,
your account, so that you're good to go.
Because I noticed the functionality doesn't really work if you've got a 0 in there.
We can do that straight after. Can I just ask which practice it is, Graham?
Bendigo Community Health Services, St Arnaud DIS, really.
Okay, no worries.
Tina, Tanya from Bellarine Community Health here. I'm keen to understand a little bit about the consent. And what we need to discuss, I guess, with the young people about where their name and details will be put in, and whether or not that when we go to search for them, that is it just us that can see them from the individual centres, or is it every centre can then see that particular young person's name and phone number? And
thank you. So that's a really good question. And so you as the sender, or you as the practice, are the only people that have patient identifying information. We can set that up in two ways. It can either be just you as the clinician can see the patient identifying information, being this, so I'll just show you, or it can be set up for the other clinicians within the practice only, within the branch is what we call it. There is no visibility of patient identifying information outside of that. If that
once you're sort of in the system, are you there forever? Is there an opt-out that the young person can decide to opt out of it down the track, or?
So the young person can opt out of receiving information from GoShare at any time. And in terms of removing them from, the record within the GoShare platform, that can also be done at any time, and that would be done in conjunction with the practice, because you actually, you can actually, if you see here, delete a recipient. Simple as that, and they're removed from the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tanya, we also added that function, which was the consent button before it's sent. So when Tina sent those text message and email earlier, you would have seen that there was that consent button, which we added just to prompt, I guess, GPs and nurses to ask that question.
Absolutely, and that's great that that's there. I'm just thinking that we probably still need to document consent somewhere as well.
Yeah, I wonder, I suppose you could write that in the clinical notes, couldn't you? Shared a GoShare bundle with patient.
A trap from our involvement in trying hot docs to do bookings from afar, because we have our main centre in Bendigo and we're servicing some of the rural areas, is that you've got to be careful with the number you're registering in your software package, best practice, etc., because sometimes the number is a parent's actual mobile phone, etc. So just a trap for those that may not have used the mobile number before, just to make sure you check with the adolescent that in fact that number is theirs and they're happy for it to be used.
Yeah, and also keeping in mind that Goshare is not, at this point anyway, integrated with the clinical software. We are integrating with best practice, but there is this process, as you saw before, of clicking add new, putting in the name, and then asking the patient or the young person how, to give you their mobile number to send the information. It's all part of the dialogue around saying that would you like to receive some information? If so, you go through the process of entering the details. So it's not automatically populating. But having said that, once they're already in, once you've sent them something, as you saw before, it would be probably a good thing to double check that the number hasn't changed. I think that's to your point, isn't it, Graham, that sometimes that does change.
I was going to throw in on, I mean, you've already said it now, but 2 things I've learnt about using Goshare in practices and how we assured that the content was actually looked at and really useful to whoever you're sending it to was, 1, absolutely checking the mobile number as you're about to send something, but also opening up Goshare with the patient sitting in front of you and letting them have a look and go, oh, that's really interesting. I would like that sent to me as well. So what we found was a much higher open rate if they're actually there when you choose some of the content or let them have a look.
With that, Tina, I was saying to a few clinicians that once a patient actually gets the information, they are then able to share that on with friends, family, because they'll be talking in the playground about something and they'll go, oh, I've got information about that. So is that just a matter of forwarding on that original SMS text message?
Yeah, there's no restrictions from us at all around that. So
and we can't actually then see who they've sent that on to.
No,
so,
no.
Yep. Awesome. So any other questions or? As we said, oh, sorry, Tina, go.
Sorry, I just wanted to come back to Graham's question before about adding other resources to Goshare. And the simple approach there, Graham, is to be in touch with Will or with Western Sarah from Western Vic PHN. We have a spreadsheet that you just put the name of the resource, the link to the resource, that's then sent through to us, and within a day or so, it's added to the platform. So, yeah.
Yep. So obviously, if there are any concerns, you can always, I'm sure, reach out to our digital health team. But then I'm sure if there's anything that you're really stuck on, I'm sure Tina and her team would actually help as well. So, yeah. So thank you for joining us. We will wrap it up and hopefully get some more people tomorrow and blow their minds with this greatness. Hopefully it'll go well in clinic. So excellent. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks so much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Nice to see you all.
Tina.
Bye.
See ya.
Welcome.